Hello, hi. It's me again in the park. Uh, yes, I came here today because I have been here on Monday, last Monday, uh, after some challenges because I want to talk to my guides and my angels and, my family, spiritual family. And as you can see, is an oak tree, and that is one of my favorite places because there is 5 oak trees here, and I am resting on one of them. My friends. Yes, I was in a very challenged moment when I came here last Monday, not yesterday, the Monday before. And I did a gathering with my guides and the guides of my kids, and amazing that about 2 hours after I went home, I received a mail, which one of my reasons to come to this place and have just gathering with my angels and my guides and have a conversation, yeah, requesting, etc. I had the answer 2 hours after, and the solution came, and I was blessed, and now I'm more relaxed with the situation. So yeah, I had my answers straight away. And today I came here to thank them and pray my singing bowls. I have 3 here. So I came here, I prayed and say thank you for answering my requests and my inquiries, etc. And of course, to still doing more because other ones has to be answered still, especially related to my kids. But thing is, when you are asking for situations, it's more not easy, but it's because it doesn't doesn't have to deal with other people's choices or other people's free will. So it's more handle to be, dealing with. So the situation was related to the council. So it was more, people that is not close or whoever to emotionally close. So it's more easier probably to be answered. So yes, so I'm here. I have been here for about 1 hour already, and I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling very blessed to be able to have. Oh, sorry, it's the wind. Oops, the wind is moving everything. So yes, I'm very blessed, very blessed. What I want to, to give you now is these ideas of, being close to nature, and at the same time have your requests instead of doing spells or whatever, just be in contact directly with your spiritual guides and your mentors, and you don't need to offer anything. The only thing you have to offer is your energy to them. Okay, I do offer my energies when I play my bowls. Yes, I do. So when I'm doing it, I'm generating energy fields so they can be benefit to them and to myself. It's nice, isn't it? energy, you know, to boost it so they can have more energy to deal with my own requests. I'm giving them back what they're giving me. Yeah, puts in that way. Okay, so I wanna discuss with you something very interesting that I actually, let me tell you one experience. I did a video about 3 days ago, on Sunday actually. I did a video on this theme. But when I transferred this video to the computer to download on YouTube, it got lost inside the computer. I haven't been able to find it at all. Even I transfer it to my video, you know, link, it didn't go to the link, and it's completely lost in the computer. So I don't know where it is. I have to redo it again. But as I'm learning and I'm trying to apply to my life also, I just said Gamzu Letova. Everything is for good. So I'm gonna do this video again about this theme that is very, very important. And the theme is talking about as above, so below. As within, so without. That's the theme. It has been, you know, popping in my brain for a long time now. And I was maturing the idea before I do the video, getting to know more about this. And last week when I was doing my garden and cleaning my garden, the example of it come to my brain like, you know, like a flash. That's what I said about us above, so below. And the message at that moment for me when I was cleaning my garden was, whatever you do in this physical level is what you do in your other levels. What that means, you have been talking about it. You don't live just on the physical body. You have about 7 bodies so far. And yesterday I was thinking about the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. And I was comparing in my meditation, I was comparing the Tree of Life, that is 10 steps, yes, 10 sephiroths. Every sephirah, it's related to one of our bodies. So you start the bottom one, that is Malhut, and go to the top one, that is Keter. So when Buddha put 3 bodies, yeah? Or 4 bodies. I think he had the knowledge of 3 or 4, no more than that. Now they are talking about 7, but if you put the knowledge of Kabbalah, we have 10. And probably there is more than 10. Probably you live in different dimensions, more than 10 dimensions as Kabbalah teaches, or as Buddha puts up, okay? So if you study Kabbalah and the Sephiroth, you're going to see they have 10 levels, yes? You start on Mahut, finish in Keter. So Keter is the top, is the spiritual top, is all the universes, okay? Not just our universe, but there is more universes. So Keter is the top, and Mahut is this one where we are now, is this one, the matter. What makes the matter is the low vibration of, you know, of the molecules. As lower vibration the molecule is more matter it is, more heavier the matter is. As light it is, as, you know, sabo it is spiritual it is, whatever. So someone was comparing it. I was looking a video yesterday, and someone said that he compares as the energy fields as with the water. Okay, if you boil the water turns in steam, yeah, and then go up. It's the same water, but in steam. If you put in the freezer, it gets harder. So what means the molecules, when you boil the molecules of the water expands and goes. If you put in the freezer, it gets together and gets harder. So that's the same thing as our spiritual bodies, okay, or our body, our 10 bodies. When the molecules is very tight, it's very, pressed together, so we have the matter. When you live in these 10 dimensions, or I compare it with the Kabbalah, or in the 4 dimensions I am gonna go for Buddha, or in the 7 dimensions if I go to the New Age, is where you live. So when it says as above so below, that means exactly that. The same way you live in this matter is the same way you are living in the Keter. Now, let's study about as above so below, or as within so without, okay? Who said that? It's 5,000 years ago. Say, it starts with Hermes. Hermes the Trimegistro, okay, in the Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is where the Middle East is now, yeah? Hermes was contemporary of Abraham. So they live at more or the same time. Hermes was very, very wise man. He was as a sage, he was a mago, he was a wizard, okay? He had the knowledge of the 3 dimensions, knowing that time. That was the physical, the spiritual, and the astral. Okay, so that's why they called him the Trimegistro, the one that knew the 3 stages of dimension. Okay, so he was the first one to study about the stars, about the solar system. He was the first one to say that the solar system had 8 planets, and he put it exactly the same way it is today, even without the technology we have today. So he was this wise man, wonderful wise man. His life was very long also, very long. And he was known in Egypt, he was known everywhere. So, hello. It's a dog saying hello. So, yes. So here we know. It's a very old saying. So he knew what he was talking about. What he said is the same pattern of the micro is the same pattern of the micro. Whatever is up there in the universe is what is in my body. Whatever is in the matter is what is in the sub dimensions. Okay? Today, we know that is true. Today, you are absolutely sure that the print of my cells is the same print of the constellation. Okay, the same print of the stars, the galaxy is the same print of my cells in my body, in my DNA. So Trimegistro, the Hermes, was so wise, and this knowledge was given to him, probably by extraterrestrial beings, because on those days, 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, my God, they didn't have any technology to study about the cells or the genes or whoever. They didn't have this knowledge. Today we know all about because of our technology. You have ways of proving what Trimegistro knew by intuition or by knowledge of the extraterrestrial beings. There have to be an explanation for it. because he will never put the the sun as the center of our solar system without having. In those days, the sun was not the center of anything. It was the earth. Yeah, the earth was, known as the center of the universe even. Today, you know that the earth is nothing. You can see even the earth from Pluto. You just see a little, like a sand, grain. When you look from outside, from Pluto, like NASA was showing another day, and the sun was like a little bow of, a little bow. So if you go further, you can't see anything. It's like darkness there, So, and Hermes knew about it in these days, without any this technology. So, he was really a wise man, and he gave us the most important knowledge. Whatever you do here is what you are doing in the 10 body you have got there. Because we know today that you are living in other dimensions, okay? You know now that you don't live just in the matter, you live in another dimension at the same time. Let's keep on the 4th dimension because it's easy for our brain to grasp. It's not that easy, but it's, more easier. I'm not going to talk about the 10 of the Sephiroths because it's going to complicate our brain. You can imagine living in 2 different places at the same time, imagining 10. But that's what is true. It's because our brain, we are incarcerated in our own physical body. That's why you have to get on the 5th dimension in order to understand the 10 dimensions, in order to at least start to desire the 10th dimension. You have to be in the 5th at least. So that's why you are going through this process of shifting, trying to move forward. Instead of the 3 dimensions that you live now, you can be in the 5th, in the 4th, in the 5th. So you can understand the 10. At least start to embrace the desire to go in the 10. Decided to go from the freezer to the steam. So above, so below. Whatever you do in this moment in time, it's what you are doing in the other dimension. So if your bedroom is dirty, so as above, so below. Or below, so above. So let's improve our life. Let's do something about ourselves. Let's be more clean. Let's clean from inside out. Because the other saying that he said was, as within, so without. Whatever you are inside you is what you externally show. So if you are dirty inside here, that's what you're gonna, get out, put out the dirties of what is inside you. So if you have a good heart, what's gonna happen? You are gonna show in it outside. What is inside you? What you are putting out? Whatever you sow is what you're going to harvest. So don't expect your thoughts to be dirty and your life being good. It's not going to happen. Because what you are building here, what you are creating inside you is what you're going to manifest. Whatever you do here is what you are doing in the other dimensions. If you are being dishonest here, you're going to be dishonest up there. If you are blessing here, you're going to be blessing up there. And do you remember one of the laws of the Wicca? What it is? Whatever you do is going to come back to you 3 times. That's the basic, the first law you learn when you study Wicca. Do what you please, but be careful. Be careful, because whatever you do is going to come back to you 3 times. So, when you forgive someone for hurting you or for stepping your shoes, or you are not being just good. No, it's not being good, it's being clever. Because whatever you do to that person is going to come back to you 3 times. If someone is horrible to you and you keep this inside you and decide, oh yeah, I'm going to be vindictive now, I'm going to give him 2 times worse, then it's going to come to you 3 times worse than the 3 times worse that you are desiring to give. So when you don't retaliate it, it's not being good person, it's being clever person. Being clever. Because you don't want to, to hurt yourself. You don't want to do bad to you. So you forgive. You forgive because it's better for you to forgive, because you know that if you give, you're going to be forgiven also. If you bless, you're going to be blessed 3 times more. So bless instead of cursing. Because if you curse, it's going to come back to you. Everything that you plant is going to grow. Everything that you put in the soil, you're going to harvest. What you sow is what you harvest. Okay? Being clever then. Being clever. When something not very good, do like the gamzu letova. Gamzu letova this is also for good. And then bless the person. Remember the story I told about 2-3 weeks ago? Yeah, that's the way you should do it. That's the way you should do it. It's not easy, because it's against everything that you have been learning, everything that is around us. Who does it? You and me, the ones that is clever and awake and the lighters of this planet. You are the light workers, and that's our job. Because when you bless someone that step on your shoes, you are just doing as above so below, as within so without. Everything is linked. Everything is linked. It's, twisted together, entangled together. It's amazing. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Knowing that someone 5,000 years ago left a message that you are still learning today. If you think like this, the evolution was not that great, is it? Because we're still not applying it to our lives. 5,000 years after, we still don't know. We're still doing the same mistakes. 5,000 years after, we still not applying this knowledge in our life. I, Miriam, I have this knowledge. I had this knowledge from when I was very young, because probably it was planted on me, because I was born in the time of the beginning of the shifting, okay? That was 50s, when the knowledge of the extraterrestrial life was start to grow. And if you listen Gaia, you know, the website Gaia, and if you listen Camelot, that lady from the United States, you know that in the 50s, 40s, 8, after, between the first war, the second war, and after, is when the extraterrestrial beings start to get more, you know, intense between us, showing more. So I was born exactly in that moment in time. So I am already implanted with this new shifting stuff, okay? I was already implanted, because the things I was saying when I was young, about in my 7 years old, 18 years old, was too much for my family to bear. I didn't know, of course. Now I know why. But I always heard that, oh, where this girl comes with the idea, where these ideas of these girls come from. No one in our family knows about this stuff, how she knows about it. And my sister and my brothers and my cousins, you know, we always rebelling against all these things that was going around our family, and we didn't know. But what happens, the difference between me and my sisters, my brothers, and my cousins, because one of my cousins that was born exactly the same year as I was born, but he was born in December, I was born in October, so I am older than him, about 2 months only. He suffered a lot because he was very rebellious, and our family didn't allow the rebellion, and he was beaten a lot because of his rebellion, but he didn't manage to get over, you know. So now he's very poor in terms of health, and he's in a wheelchair already. Yeah, he's just 2 months younger than me. But because he didn't open his heart to this, to embrace, that's the difference, and that's what I want you to learn. When you have the knowledge, when you are open to this knowledge, you grow. If you see me and see him, you say it's not possible. She is not 67, she's not 66, and he's not 66. Because he looks 75, 80, and I am looking 50s. But because I embrace it, I was not afraid of embracing the new. I'm not afraid of the new. I am embracing it. I am welcoming it. So that's what I want you to have in your heart. Don't be afraid. Embrace the fear and use the fear in your favor. Do you think it was easy for me? No, never been. But I always raise upon the waves to put me down. I was going down there and come up again. As above, so below. Have it in your heart. As within, so without. And be happy. And be happy. And go to the nature. Find a spot where you can feel comfortable. And talk to nature, talk to the trees. Oh, they can listen, they have thousands of, knowledge. Because the trees have mothers. There is very old trees there in front of me. There is trees that probably 100 years or more. So the tree there is the mother tree. That's something that I learned another day. The mother trees is the oldest trees on the place. By the root and by the leaves, by the wind, give strength to the younger ones to grow. So as if in a place there is a very old tree, all the young trees is gonna be stronger, because this mother tree is the one that feed them with, you know, the knowledge what she has got. It's amazing. It's amazing knowledge. Study about trees and you're gonna see. They communicate between the roots and communicate between the wind. You know? They have it's called the belt, the green belt. It's called the green belt. And they communicate between each other. And when you do it like this, you are receiving information also. Yes, that's the knowledge the weaker knowledge give us, and now the science is giving us. Okay, I have been here for a long time. I don't have any idea what time is now, because I don't use watch. No, I don't need to. I don't need any more. Thanks God. I am like nature now. Time is my friend. Okay, I hope I have helped you a lot today. There is a lot of things for you to think about it, and go and try to find more information. Try to find Hermes, the Trimegistro, okay? Study about his knowledge, what he gave to the earth, his, how he influenced kings in his days, etc. Study about trees. Study as the stem that I gave today as above below, as within so without. Study more. Go deeper, okay? And gather your friends in a park and talk to your spiritual family and ask for help. They will be there for you. Okay, God bless you. Keep you safe and me also. Bye bye.